Hello, this is Alexander Cross, criminal attorney here in the San Francisco Bay Area. If you'd like to learn more about criminal defense here in the San Francisco Bay Area, be sure to subscribe to our channel, Law Offices of Cross and Associates. So we received an interesting inquiry here on our YouTube channel. This has to do with somebody who was arrested for a DUI. DUI attorney San Mateo, DUI Lawyer San Mateo, criminal attorney San Mateo, criminal lawyer San Mateo. Let's see here. So, I'm a gardener, and one day I was doing a job. I was at a house, and the owner of the house called the police because I smelled of liquor. I was arrested at work, not while driving. Well, let's say you just got to your job as a gardener, and the boss did smell alcohol in your breath, and immediately he called the police. Let's say the police arrive 10 minutes later, and let's say the police, like I said, they arrive 10 minutes later, and they determined that you had been driving your vehicle 20 minutes earlier. Well, if your blood alcohol level, first of all, if there's no alcohol on site at the house where you're working at, or where you're supposed to be working at, and if there's no alcohol in the vehicle, well then, if there was alcohol in your system, you would have had to have been drinking before you got into the vehicle. And if your blood alcohol level is significantly above the legal limit, let's say you're at 3-4 times the legal limit, and the police got there within 20-25 minutes from the time that you parked your car, well, if you're already at 3-4 times the legal limit, there's no way that your blood alcohol level would have been at below a 0.08 at the time that you had been driving. Of course, like I said, the police have to determine whether or not you're drinking now still, or had you been drinking, or if there was a drink in the car. But if there's no drink in the car and there was no alcohol on site, or you were doing your gardening, well, they can definitely relate the case back and basically say, hey, look, there's no way in the world that this guy was under a 0.08 because he blew in the pass device. We took his blood, and the blood alcohol level showed up at 0.29, and only a half hour after he had been driving. Well, hey, at that point, the police can definitely create a case for DUI. Of course, you would have arguments in that maybe just before, maybe you drank a few shots of tequila, and maybe, and you got into the car, and maybe you weren't at 0.08 at the time that you had been driving, but by the time you got out, the blood alcohol level came up really, really high afterwards. I mean, you're going to have a forensic analysis of how quickly the blood alcohol level rises, but generally speaking, it's not gonna rise that quickly. But the point of this is to let you understand that the police don't actually have to see you driving. They don't actually have to see you driving the vehicle for them to charge you with a DUI. All they have to do is show, yeah, you had been driving a vehicle, you were driving a vehicle 25 minutes ago, and right now your blood alcohol level is 3.5 times the legal limit. Well, they could kind of sort of relate it back, especially if they say, well, you know what, that's why you shouldn't answer the police questions, because if they get the info that you drank, the beers, about an hour or so before you got to your location, well, you're gonna have a problem there. Regardless, that's why I never talk to the police. Anything you say or do will be used against you in court. Regardless, if you'd like to learn more about criminal law here in the San Francisco Bay Area, be sure to subscribe to our channel, Law Offices of Cross and Associates. But if you've been accused of a crime and need representation in court, give us a call at 1-800-862-7677. Once again, 1-800-862-7677. On our next video, we're going to be discussing the case of somebody who would like to clean his record in another state. Criminal Lawyer San Mateo, Criminal Attorney San Mateo, DUI Lawyer San Mateo, DUI Attorney San Mateo.